progress.
Okay, friends, I want to share with you something, one more item on the Parsha. An amazing roikeach, Rabbi Glatstein of Garmaiza, teaches us a wondrous chiddush. That when Hashem taught the Jewish people the Aseres HaDibros, He taught it benigun uveneim as koil. And Yaakov Avinu knew the nigun, and the Nevi'im were misnave in that nigun. Maybe that's how we have a little bit of a special nigun when we read the Aseres HaDibros, the Tam Elyon. We say, Asher Hashem Elokecha Noisein Lach La Yisir Tzach. That's a little bit of a fancy way of doing it. V'la Sinaf V'la Signav. Anyway, maybe that's the nigun that was used. But the Roikeach says that the Aseres HaDibros were given benigun uveneim as hakol. And Yaakov Avinu knew it. And the Nevi'im, when they received prophecy in that nigun. Interestingly, the Chizkuni, in his Hakdama to the Torah, brings that he had a dream. And in his dream, he heard the Aseres HaDibros, and the Aseres HaDibros were said to him, B'koil Na'im. By the way, the Gemara in Megillah says, Kal HaKoirei B'loi Ne'ima, V'shoina B'loi Zimra. Anyone who learns without a tune, anyone who learns Chumash without a sweet voice, learns Mishna without a tune, on the person, the Pasuk says, V'gam ani nasati lahem chukim lo tovim. One should learn Torah the way it was given. Okay. Now, regarding the Ta'amei HaMikra on Torah, Nevi'im, and Ksuvim, the Sefer Hasidim writes in Siman Shin Beis that each chelek in Torah has a different tune, and if you use one tune for the other, you're over on Lo Sasig Gevul Reacha. They were Mesake Nigunim. Don't use the nigun of Torah for Nevi'im and Ksuvim. Or don't use the nigun of Nevi'im for Torah Ksuvim. Don't use the nigun of Ksuvim for Torah Nevi'im. Each nigun should be the way it was given, because it's all halach l'Moshe Sinai. Now it's interesting. Back in the day, when the Chumash was a 3-year cycle, Shabbos by Mincha they used to lein a haftarah, and they used to lein a haftarah from Ksuvim. So in the course of 3 years, they finished the Chumash Shabbos morning. The Nevi'im, they finished the whole Nevi'im in the various haftarahs, and they finished all of Ksuvim in the haftarahs of Mincha. And we know, we all have a special nigun for the Chumash. Vayidaber Adonai Moshe Le'mor. And then in the Nevi'im, we have a nigun. V'ratzav b'divreihem hane'amarim b'emes baruch atah. That's the tune of the Nevi'im. And Ksuvim, we don't quite know, but the Megillos do have a separate trup. Divrei kohel es ben David melech b'Yerushalayim. And Megillas Esther has its own trup. And Megillas Eicha has its own trup. But what's interesting is the Gemara implies that you're supposed to learn Mishnah with a tune. Tosfos in Masechta Megillah on that Gemara explains that hayu regilim l'shanois hamishnayis bezimra, because they learned it Baal Peh and they had a tune for it. Which, by the way, the Tiferes Yisrael Masechta Erechim is troubled. You know, what's this phenomenon? Sometimes we'll ask a question on the Mishnah, and the Gemara will answer, Chesurei mechzera b'hachiktani. The Mishnah is missing words. This is what it should say. What do you mean the Mishnah is missing words? Why is the Mishnah missing words? And the Tiferes Yisrael says, well, the Mishnah is missing words because it was originally taught with a tune. And sometimes if the words didn't fit the tune, they had to abbreviate, they had to shorten, they had to condense. So that's why you have this phenomenon of chesurei mechsera v'hachi katani. By the way, does anybody know how many times it says in Shas chesurei mechsera v'hachi katani? 101 times it says in Shas chesurei mechsera v'hachi katani, which is pretty phenomenal. Now, Tosfos says they used to have a special tune to learn Mishnayos. The Sefer Oitzer Plois HaTorah brings from the Rashbats in the Magen Avos HaMishnah on Pirkei Avos that in the original Mishnayos they had Ta'amei HaMikra of how to learn the Mishnayos, just like in the Chumash. The Shla also writes, Yia halimud b'shir, bein b'mikra, bein b'mishna, v'lazet timtza sifrei ha-mishnah ha-kedumim, ksuvim im hanikud v'ha-ta'amim. And the Shla says he has a Kabbalah from one of the Gdolei Hadar, who when he would say Ezehu Mekayman, or Bamem Adlikin, or Pitam Aktoras, he would say it with a koil, Kalimid HaMishnah, not like the Hamoin that just says everything the same. We don't know anymore the tune for Mishnayos. The Yosef Oimitz writes that Gemara and the Poskim, it could be the way we say in like Amar Abaye, Afanan Tanina, Eisvei, Im Malech Chumra Kala Sheyavide Bizayon Kal V'Chomer. In other words, the sort of the sing-song that we say, the Shakla question and answer, maybe that is categorized as a zemer. We'll end with this. The Chida brings in the Shem HaGedolim that Rabbi Yosef Ashkenazi, who lived in the city of Tzfas in the time of the Beis Yosef, he was called a Tana. Why was he called a Tana? He was called a Tana because he used to learn Mishnah with the special Nigun. Okay, Rabbi Sai, I'm going to wish you all a wonderful Shabbos, bracha v'hatzlacha, and Kol Tov.
Recording stopped.
Shabbos.